Well, hello YouTube, this is Mr. Gibson Guy. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Oh, today I have a new video I'm doing, and this is, I guess it's a combination video. It's going to be several things, but one of them is something that I've never done before. In the video you see a big box with a whole bunch of packing tape on it and a sharp knife on top of that. So what do you think that's going to be? If you guessed an unboxing video, you were right. It's going to be an unboxing video. Now these are always kind of chancy, so you don't want to, you always suppose that you know what's in the box, but you never really want to know. So it's not like you never want to do a unboxing video on a live stream where you open it up on camera and people are watching you and you pull out a head and say, oh my goodness, where did that come from? That's not supposed to be on the packing slip. So if it's, as long as it's not live streamed, if it's recorded, then you can always just destroy the tape. But so this is being recorded, and then it'll go from there as long as not too many heads come out of the box. But also the trick is that you know what should be in there, but you don't know what really is in there until you open it up and take it out. And so I'm going to go with that risk there. If nothing else, I can just not publish the video, but hopefully this will be. On my channel I have, I think, over 200 videos right now, and the last thing I looked, I think 82 or 83 of them specifically about film photography, and this is supposed to be something about that. Now my videos have they started out as introduction to film photography and film photography cameras and lenses and equipment and general photography information, and comparisons with different lenses and different films and that kind of stuff. It branched out into a whole lot of different photographic subjects, and I'm a photographer from back in the 1970s when things were really going with photography, and I've kind of watched the world die off of it. But the strange thing to me in 2025 now, where I'm 72 years old, the really amazing thing to me is how much interest there is in old cameras and lenses and accessories and equipment that was new in 1976 or 1979 or 1982. Stuff from those days, there's a tremendous amount of interest in, and I guess that it's that way about several things. I do some videos about motorcycles, and there's lots of interest in the motorcycling world. I think almost more than new motorcycles in vintage motorcycles. People really like classic motorcycles, whether they're British or they're Italian or German or American. Any other places? Spain. Yes, I saw some videos about some Bultaco motorcycles the other day. So there's a lot of interest in stuff and in motorcycles, in boats. I don't think in airplanes. They don't really like to go back. They like to go faster and be jettier. But there's a stereo equipment. I've got several videos about old stereo equipment that I picked up at a garage sale across the street from my house, and putting together all the components and setting it up in my exercise room, where we're not today, we're in my room. But that there's a tremendous amount of interest in stereo equipment from the 1970s and 1980s, same area as photography, that there's a great deal of interest in. So it's kind of interesting when I'm towards the end of my days, I'm finding things are repeating themselves from 50 years ago, and it's kind of nice because when I'm around a whole lot of young people, I feel like, boy, I sure am old. My generation is long past. What am I still doing here? But nowadays I find out a lot of young people, they're, oh, you know about a Canon AE1? Oh yeah, I've sold bunches of them. How about a Canon A1? And they're like, I've never seen one. What's it like? Oh, here, I got one right here. So I got two of them. So it's kind of interesting when you get old that everything seems to be kind of passe. As far as you're concerned, you're just like obsolete. And all of a sudden you start to notice all of this underswell of interest in things that interested you 50 years ago. So it's pretty cool. So let me stop rambling about that. I kind of gave you the introduction. Now it's time to be on camera and grab my knife and let's unbox here. Hi, it is me, Mr. Good Guy. See, it wasn't just a recording. All right, now let's see if I can open this without opening myself. There's blood on the floor. I have gotten a few shipments that had a camera case along with camera equipment, cameras and lenses, but I have not until today gotten an order. Instead of having a soft camera case in it, actually I have a hard case in it. I was thinking about this the last couple days when it's coming and thinking, oh boy, this is not going to be the size of the usual camera box. And it's not. I think in this case, if I was selling this stuff, I would have sold the stuff and kept the case, because you just 3/4 of your effort going to packing up this camera case. But I guess it shows that was somebody's and they managed to keep the stuff together pretty much, I guess. Sure doesn't want to come out. Pick up a case and I get the box with it. There. Peanuts. Oh. And as it comes out, away from the peanuts, it's not so light. Alright, now I trust I'm not going to need the knife anymore. Thank you, Spyderco. So let's see if I can do this on camera so you can see it. Build interest. Oh, yeah. That's the one thing that I didn't mention in the introduction. I've been buying cameras, selling cameras, exchanging cameras, and also collecting cameras. That seems to be what's been going on the most. And the thing about collecting old cameras is, where do you get them? And for a long time, what I really got started on with this in recent years, my photography goes way back, but my recurring interest in photography that happened the last couple of years, it started with a site called Goodwill Finds, which is part of Goodwill Industries, and they they get a lot of cameras donated, and they have a lot of stores all over the country. So they kind of made it a general database, and they were selling the stuff from stores all over the country and shipping them. And they didn't know much about what they were talking about, but you could get a lot of very interesting camera gear from the 1970s and 1980s at really good prices. And it's because even though there's the internet, they were not very sophisticated in how they researched stuff. It was people that were putting jackets and shirts and dresses on shelves, and then they go to the camera department, pack up some cameras, and do some product photos and make up some ads. I don't know how much a camera costs. I don't, and I guess they didn't give them time to research. It should have been easier. But so I came across a lot of really interesting camera gear that I had only seen in magazines I'd never seen before, and so much of it I can buy. And I have two Minolta XK cameras, which are X1 cameras because it's a Japanese model, not the American model. But I have two of them, and those, I picked them up for, one was just a little over 100 and the other one was less than 100. Here, buy a second one. Okay, sure, I'll take it. And I fixed them up and they were working, and then I look them up, and now, I got them a year and a half, 2 years ago, and now they're all going for $400, $500, $600, like that, for those that I picked up for $100. So anyway, so that started out as Goodwill Finds, and you check out stuff on eBay. eBay is a good place to find everything, but the people that are on eBay are pretty accurate with their pricing. Their prices are pretty competitive with what the market will see and balance to. So that's a way you can get photo equipment, but if you want to buy it and resell it, you're not going to make any money unless you charge a whole lot in shipping, like the Japanese people do sometimes. They give you, wow, what a super low price, and it's only $60 to ship it. It's like $1. Anyway, so you can go to eBay, but you pay a lot, but you get good stuff usually. There's another place called Mercari. That's what this one came from. It showed up on Mercari, and Mercari is it's kind of tricky because it's some people who don't have any idea what they're selling. It was my grandfather's, and I don't even know how to press the shutter button on a camera, but I'm selling it for $25. And you find something like that, and I've gotten a number of those where I found some absolutely perfect, never used before gear that's 30 years old, but it's always been in a case and never came out, never got used, and I picked it up for $20. And if I wanted to sell it, it would sell for 100 or 150, something like that. And you can get those. The majority of what you find on Mercari is stuff which should be $75 or $100, but they're asking $600 for it, stuff like that. So you have to be pretty knowledgeable and be willing to spend time to cross-reference with eBay so you can get an idea, accurate idea of what the stuff's worth, what you can sell it for. And if you do those, and the other thing is act fast. And that's kind of coming into my next video as a sneaker for a little advertisement. This was an order I did with Mercari, and it was something that I looked at it and I thought, that can't be right. There's no way. No way. That's like $400 camera, and I'm buying it for $210. And it's like you have to look through a lot of stuff, and then you'll find one of those, and then you get it. And then what I have coming up was another one. I found a medium format camera that they wanted $350 for, and it's a Pentax 6x7, and without the lens, but with a eye level viewfinder, not a meter finder, and that should be $600 camera easily. It's in nice shape other than a little dent in the top of the pentaprism. But I saw that and I looked at it and said, you can make an offer for $310 or $210, something like that. Yeah, make an offer, knock $40 off of it, something like that. And so I made an offer, and then I went back to the next day to see if they took my offer, and it was sold. So somebody else came along. I happened to find the ad just as it went up, and I shouldn't have been cheap. I should have paid the full $350 and ordered the camera right there. But I tried to squeeze a few more bucks out of it, and I lost it completely. And that's something that happens. But then I had another medium format camera that I had been looking at before that, and it was a pretty good deal too, but that 6x7 had popped up, and I've already had two of them before. So I thought I'd jump on that one, but I tried to jump at a cheap price, and I ended up missing a strike. That's it, didn't get anything. So I went back to this 645 that I had seen, and I bought it right there before anybody else could get it. And the last part is that a couple of months ago, the Goodwill Finds, this is sources of used cameras, Goodwill Finds shut down their Goodwill Finds website. They're no longer selling stuff. Now there is it's Sale Goodwill, Save Goodwill, Sale Goodwill, I think something like that. But it's another Goodwill website, and now they have changed all their photography stuff and all of their stuff, you know, women's clothes and the handbags and the shoes and everything that they sell. All the stuff, toys, musical instruments, everything's auction. They give a bid price, and they did this, I guess they had been out of the loop for a while, and they ended up storing up a lot of really interesting camera gear. And so I came across it and I put in a bid. And of course the bid only counts when you put it in at 1 second. All the other ones are just going to be, the earlier ones are just getting superseded. So what I started doing is if I found something, I would click the heart on it, so it would be saved in my favorites. And I would just make a list of what stuff was coming up available on what night. They listed on California time, but so instead of PD, pay like daylight, pay Pacific daylight savings, it's we're on the East Coast, so we're 3 hours earlier. So I have to figure out the time zone, and I go in and I set up the purchase right as it's about to run out of time, and I can click it, and sometimes I can beat who's ever done it. But the people that it's on sale for a week and they put in a bid and another bid and another bid and another bid, you see something that was a great deal at $5.99 and all of a sudden it's $52, and there's still 2 days left to go before the auction. So I don't participate in those, but I have picked up a few things which were little nuggets that were actually good deals, that were usable pieces, and nobody else recognized them. And also, if you got to go through their pages, like you search Nikon, and there's going to be 12 pages of stuff. You've got to scroll through, go to the next page, scroll through, go to the next page, scroll, and because if you just do the front page, you're just going to see a few things. So there's those things. So the Sale Goodwill, I don't know, something like that. But if you look up Goodwill Finds, it'll take you to the We Don't Go There site, and then it'll tell you what to click on. So you can go there. But let's open this. I've given you too much information. See, I haven't done any videos for a month, so it's like I got all this stuff that I got to get out to all of you. All right, here we go. Open it up. No more fooling around. Okay, now, this is interesting. This is not bad. You do these things and you get the good and the bad, and here's what everybody wants to see most of all. this is, see if I can show you here. You see that? Yeah, it's got an extra thing on the bottom here. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Oh, and there we go. Here we go. First question I had about it, because they didn't show a picture at the bottom. The only way you can tell an auto winder on an Olympus is if it has single and sequence as well as off, or if it just has off and single. If it says off and single, then that is a auto winder 1, and if it has single and sequence, then it's a winder 2. So this is a winder 2 here, and this is what's been my favorite camera recently, the last few years, and that is a Olympus OM4T. The OM4T, if you're familiar with my channel, you already know that a while back I bought a OM4 Ti. Why Ti? What's the difference? Well, there's no difference other than the top plate. As I recall, I think I got this right, the Ti was the titanium OM4 for the North American market, and for the rest of the world it was just OM4T. And what happened was Olympus continued to manufacture these top covers because sometimes, even though it was titanium, people could damage them, and they still wanted to. It did good protection for the rest of the camera, so they could replace the top plate, and the camera was still going. And so what happened was they were making Ti top plates for damaged cameras in the North American market, and they were making OM4T top plates for the rest of the world's cameras. And when they ran out of the Ti, Olympus said, the whole camera's the same thing. Let's not make any more Ti top plates. Everyone gets a T, so it's just a titanium, not titanium. So this is the camera that I got, and as I recall, I paid a bit over $300 for it, and it was a smoking deal that I happened to find, and so it worked out for me. And I use this camera a lot lately. Ever since I got it, this has been like my go-to camera. And then, just like with the Minolta XKs that I told you, it's something that seems to happen is when you get one of these really good cameras, then all of a sudden something happens and you get an opportunity to get another one at a price that is too good to pass up. This one here, I think I found it at $250, which was a tremendous price for it. That's for this whole outfit, for all this stuff. And I think I offered $210 or something like that, and they took it. So I got this whole outfit for that. If you just look at an OM4T or an OM4Ti by itself, you will see that they're going for about $399 to $499. So this one, I think I'm going to sell it. It would be really awesome to have two OM4Ts, but oh boy, maybe I'll keep the 4T and sell the Ti. I don't know. I have to see. But this one also, this is back to the 80s here. This includes the data back that goes on any of these 1, 2, 3, or 4 series Olympus cameras. No, it goes on the 10 also, I think. Yeah, so I could put it on any OM30 or something if you wanted to. All their backs are interchangeable. And there's one more thing with this winder too I wanted to check, and it's got, I don't know, you know what, this probably goes on like a flash bar that you attach underneath the camera. I don't know how this is going to work, but I want to get this open, and I can't with this thing here. Oh, yes I can. Here we go. There. Now, I have one question here. This is where the trouble spot is, and it looks like it's very clear as far as the battery compartment is concerned. That's where you can have some problems. Yeah. All right, well, that answers my question. My question is, on these battery compartments here, this comes off. On these battery compartments, and this is the battery, there is a little shelf right on here, and when you take the bottom cover off of the camera, you can slip it right in there. So I'll have to look, since the original owner sold it with the case. Maybe we can cross our fingers. The first place I look is here to see if that cover is in there. And if it's not, maybe it's underneath all this stuff. But I don't see it yet. So then, because then if I want to sell it without the winder, then I don't have the cover. All I can do is put some black electrician's tape on it. So what else we got? What else have we got here? Olympus is all about flash. And of course the OM4T is all about that special flash unit that they use, that they make, that syncs at all speeds. This was set up for, this is probably I don't even know what it is. It's got a cover here. I don't know that much about these flashes. I just use the flash on the hot shoe. But this one, it's got some sort of stuff to go to it. Oh, it's even got a shutter button here that goes on here. It's kind of like Lionel trains. What else do we have? Power supply, and this is, I think, a teleconverter. I don't really care for teleconverters, but Auto 7. Let's see, this goes on. Two-power teleconverter that attaches to it, and then you can put, I guess, a Vivitar lens on here. That's what it's for. And goes down to the bottom. I don't see my cover. Oh, you'd be a pirate. There's another one, and some other 4.5 volt Archer universal AC adapter for 6 volt from Radio Shack. There's something out of date. And I didn't get any booklets with my OM4Ti, so I got the OM4T. Set of keys, and some light bulbs. Here's an idea. Where's RAM? Let's see. USA warranty and international service information. Warranty book never filled out. On 4T, no I there. This must be the international one. Vivitar, a warranty for a 2-power converter. Olympus T power control, Winder 2, that decides that. What's this one? 140, your creative photography, and contact information for Olympus, instructions. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. So you can work multiple flash units off of the one on top that do use through the lens, which Olympus does. So that's all the stuff there. This is it's a safe place to put stuff. Not a bad case. Goes here. And there's extra room for all that lighting stuff here. You know, the main claim to fame of everything with Olympus has always been one, small size, but the other is most advanced electronic flash to work with your camera. And that was always the big thing with them. But I never got real advanced into all the stuff that Olympus you could do with, that you couldn't do with any other camera. That was their big thing. Wow, that one's beautiful. So that's the story as it goes. Let me try this one last thing and I'll say goodbye for this one. But where's Olympus? Olympus, Olympus. There's one down there. Wait, oh, I'll just go up here. Yeah, all right. Here is a 20 millimeter f3.5, and here's the shutter or lens release button right here. Now let's see if this goes on. Line up the red. Here we go. Now it's got a 56 millimeter lens. So yeah, that's set up for Olympus. All right. Well, if you have something you'd like to tell me about this, tell me about your experiences with these. This is Mr. Gibson Guy. Leave a message down below. Give me a like and subscribe. Tell your friends about this channel if they haven't heard it before. And be on the lookout because there's probably going to be an OM4T going on the market pretty soon. Maybe I'll sell a case with it too. Or maybe I'll sell the whole thing, all the lights and everything. Not a bad deal. All right? Until the next time, this is Mr. Gibson Guy, and I'm out of here.